Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day. Like I say in all my videos, I'm not responsible if anybody gets hurt, and sometimes I swear. Today I'm going to do a tarot reading on Tupac and the trial of P. Diddy and what P. Diddy thought of, Tupac thought of P. Diddy and their relationship before he was murdered. I feel like he was murdered, but we'll see what the cards say too. I'll ask different questions. Entertainment purposes only. Everything is a grain of salt. Like I say, it's entertainment purposes only. So please tell me about what Tupac thought in the trial of with P. Diddy in his relationship. Please, how his relationship he thought of Tupac. This is Tupac thinking of P. Diddy before he passed. Please, Tupac, tell me. He was a rapper born June 16th, 1971. He was a Gemini. He was born in East Harlem, New York. He died September 13th, 1996 in Las Vegas. He was 25. They say cause of death, assassination. He was married briefly for like a year. So, yeah. Please tell me, what did he think of Tupac feel about Diddy? Please tell me. Please tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Oh. And I also sometimes do multiple cards too. I'm doing these. So I'll do one of these. Please tell me. Okay, please tell me. Yeah. All right. This is interesting. All right. Oh, I got 2 cards hiding for this, so this is going to be interesting. He thought that P. Diddy was into Tupac thought he was into heavy partying, and he was independent, and he was an independent person. Tupac was an independent. He didn't want to go like what P. Diddy did, like have those weird parties. He didn't want to do that. He was not into the heavy party scene. Tupac wanted to stay away from the partying, and Tupac thought P. Diddy was very controlling, and there was gossiping about Tupac thought P. Diddy was gossiping about him, telling things that aren't true. Also, since he didn't want to play their game, he said things about Tupac that weren't true. Gossiping and saying things that weren't true. And he didn't want to be in the crowd, raise a crowd. Tupac did not want to be in the inner circle of P. Diddy. And he loved himself, and he was disharmony about P. Diddy. He did not like how he treated people. He didn't. He was just very distrustful of P. Diddy, Tupac. He didn't like him. He thought he used people, and he knew things about them, and he thought that was totally wrong. So no, Tupac didn't trust P. Diddy, and they had a broken relationship. He didn't trust him at all. Tupac said, I'm not going to roll like that. I'm not going to your parties. I'm not going to be used. I'm not going to be abused. There were tensions between them. Also, like, he didn't like how he treat, like I keep on saying, he treated people, blackmail people. You come to my party, you can't have phones, you can't do this. P Diddy, Tupac didn't want anything to do with. Tupac didn't want, yeah, he didn't trust him, and he had breakup relationships too, Tupac, because he wouldn't follow the script or go do what Tupac wouldn't do what P Diddy want, so he tried to break up his relationships with the music industry, and he had some regrets about, should I do what Tupac thought, oh, should I stand in line like everybody else, keep quiet. He felt loss and grief, like he was losing friends and music and labels because of P. Diddy going behind, saying things about him weren't true. And he felt grief, like, oh God, And he was also worried about his health, him too, He was probably worried about himself too, Loss, losing labels, losing music things that he wanted to do. He also he had personal goals. His goal was to show the world that P. Diddy wasn't a good person. He was fear of change because he wasn't sure if people would accept him for, speaking out against P. Diddy. He was scared. Sometimes he felt like he was playing it safe, like, oh, in the beginning he didn't want to say anything because he was afraid, like I said in other videos and other card readings, that his life would be in danger or his career might be in danger. He felt withdrawn, like people didn't believe him. They might think he's crazy. People aren't on his side because he wasn't in the inner circle. He had his own plan. He was against P. Diddy. He didn't like it. Lost your way. And he lost his way because he wasn't sure what to do, because he had a lot, P. Diddy had a lot of people on his side in his inner circle. So he was kind of depressed too, because not all the people were supporting Tupac. His relationship, business affairs. He had some people on his side, though, in business affairs that were on his side saying, oh, you're doing the right thing, not covering up for P. Diddy, against P. Diddy. It's good you're not in this inner circle with him. It's good that you're standing up for yourself. So he was trying to have good career moves without P. Diddy, and yeah, he was some people were looking up for him and standing up for him too. P. Diddy, Pisces. He was thinking, there's other people who feel the same way as me against P. Diddy. They don't like him because of the way he treats people. So he didn't like, yeah. He was trying to be a good person. He felt bad for people who were being mistreated, and he was sorry, my alarm went off. Yeah. He wanted people who were in the same predicament to speak out too, and people were he thought people would be gratitude, happy that he speaked up for himself. So yeah, he did not like P. Diddy. He did not. He thought people were treated badly. Thought he was being treated badly. He was saying things that weren't true. Okay, did he ever was threatened by P. Diddy or the people in his inner circle? Tupac, was he ever threatened by P. Diddy? Did P. Diddy ever threaten Tupac, or is someone in the inner circle say you better be quiet or else? This is entertainment purposes. Did Tupac ever feel threatened? His life or his family threatened? Please tell me. Did he ever feel like his life was threatened? 2, 3, 4. Please tell me, did he ever feel like his life was threatened by the inner circle? Did he ever feel like his life was threatened? Everybody wants to know that. Come on, P. Diddy. Did you feel like your life was threatened? He thought people were very greedy. He thought P. Diddy was very greedy, and he liked to be the one in charge of things. And he was very straightforward, saying, "You better not do this all, you know." You better. He thought he wanted to be self-protecting himself, Tupac, because he knew that P Diddy did things to people, kept them, shut them up in the early days, and yeah, he was worried about his safety. I think he knew that P Diddy lived life big and spent a lot of money on hotels and stuff, and he was emotional. Tupac was very emotional about how P Diddy like I keep on saying, treated people and stuff. So he didn't like it, and he thought he went too far on how he spent a lot of money on security people, the people around him. He thought he spent way too much money. Like, give me a break. But he thought he might have had some good opportunities. Tupac, maybe he would be able to blow the whistle and tell people about what's go on in his career. Like, he wanted good things to happen in his career too. He was hoping for new ventures in his life after, with not getting involved with Tupac. Maybe have more music contracts. Maybe he would have done more videos, or, like how people do. Maybe he would do cereal commercials or commercials. He knew a lot of people might think he's very unpopular because he wasn't going with the crowd. Tupac knew he wasn't always popular with, the inner circle, and he didn't really care. He felt detached to other people in the industry because they were with P. Diddy, so he felt detached. He had his own people, and he didn't want to go with the way P. Diddy was. Like, he said, "Oh, I don't want to be with this." And he liked to be at home. He liked to, do his own thing at home with his own people, his own crew, his own friends and family. And he had perspective. Like, he knew he was a good person. He didn't roll with P. Diddy. He liked to do his own thing with his own people. He liked to travel, and he didn't use people like that. He was a good person. All right. I'm going to ask again. Did he, let's see, did he ever feel like his life wasn't threatened? I didn't get a little bit of that, but let's see if he can. Did he ever feel like his life was threatening? I'm going to do 3 cards. Did he ever feel like his life was threatening? I'm only going by the cards. If it doesn't say, then I can't tell you. So please, Tupac, I keep on saying Diddy. This is Tupac. Tupac, please tell me, did you ever feel like your life was threatened, or you knew something bad was going to happen to you? Did you know? Because some people can predict their own death. Did you ever feel like your life was threatened? All right. It said he he felt withdrawn and he felt like, oh no, something might happen to him. He was very distant and lost his way. He wasn't sure who he could trust, because other people who were talking, got lost in the system of P. Diddy. So he felt lost in his way and distant, and he was withdrawn, like I said in other ones. Um, he tried to have personal goals in fear of the unknown. Yeah, he was fearful of the unknown. He didn't know if his life was threatened, or he didn't know if he was going to be taken out or killed. He was fear of change. Yeah, he tried to play safe sometimes. He'd have other people. He would say something, but he also tried to play it safe too, and lack of planning. So I guess he didn't have enough security people when he got killed. So yeah, he knew his life. I think he did know he was fearing of the unknown. He didn't know what was going to happen to him. So I think he didn't really know. He thought, Tupac thought that P. Diddy was very greedy, and he was interested in materials, and he was stubborn. Tupac, he wasn't going to take crap from P. Diddy. He was very stubborn, and he said, "I'm not going to take crap from P. Diddy. He can say and do whatever he wants, but I'm not going to take crap from him." And he also thought, Tupac thought P. Diddy was obsessed with wealth and financial, you know. He thought he went over the top. So it doesn't really say, but that he thought threatened. He just did. Oh yeah, and perspective. He was hoping for the best. He wanted good things to. If you change the way you look at things, you could see everything. So he was hoping for the best in his life. So he feared the unknown. He didn't know what was going to happen. So he didn't know himself that his life was thing. So I'm going to try one more time. I know I've done it twice. This will be the. Did someone in the inner circle? I'll do it this entertainment purposes. Did someone in the inner circle take out P. Diddy Entertainment? I'm just doing this. Did someone in the inner circle take out P. Diddy? I'll do 4 cards. Yes, someone did. They were celebrating. They were happy that he was gone. Disgusting. But yeah, they were happy that he wasn't going to cause trouble anymore. They were happy. I can't believe this. Yeah, they were happy that he wasn't going to cause trouble anymore. They said, "Oh yeah, good. I'm glad he's gone." So this is terrible. They were happy. They had the finances weren't going to be compromised. They could take care. Like they say, yeah, they were interested in the money. Yeah. But there's negative talk now that P. Diddy's death. Everybody thought he was murdered, Everybody thought he was being taken out by someone and they weren't sure. And people, it was very painful, for his friends and family that he got taken out. And they were trying to be an optimist person, like, we're going to find out who this person is sooner or later, and the truth will be covered. They were recovering and trying to move on from Tupac's death. And they were disappointed that it takes so long. Like, oh God, why is it taking so long to find out for his death? Why is it taking? And they had to leave him behind. His legacy and his thing, because he would have been a great musician and singer and rapper. So they were upset. They felt like a lot of people felt withdrawn for years. Why is it taking so long to find out what happened to Tupac? What's going on with Tupac? Why did he die? What was the reason? They weren't so sure. They might. A lot of people might say, "Oh, they don't know the reason," but a few people did know, but they kept their mouth shut. All right, upset. Yeah, he's somewhere. He had notes and he knew people, and he said he's making judgment of P Diddy and his inner circles. So he's doing, he's on witness stand in a sense of having notes and tape recorders and everything. So he's saying to Tupac saying to the inner circle and saying, "Hey, you guys are gonna pay the price for my death and other people's deaths and ruining people's career and everything." So and he says they're gonna regret it, and he and there's going to be a reckoning to it. So there's going to be justice for Tupac. Sorry if I say that. Tupac, yeah. So is there any final thing that Tupac wants to say to me before I end this closing one? Maybe in the future I'll do another Tupac one because I liked him. He was a good person. So Tupac, do you have any final things to say through me, through my cards, Tupac? Please? 3 cards, Tupac. Oh yeah. This is the this is the devil in reverse. Woo! Devil, devil, devil in reverse. This says releasing limits. Believes exhibit dark. He had some dark thoughts because he knew when he got shot, he thought, "Oh God, it probably happened real fast," and he probably knew he was dying or something. Like it went real fast. When he got assassinated, he knew he was gonna die. You know, um, and he wasn't in control of it. It happened real fast, and people were running to him, and he said, "Oh God, I'm dying, I'm dying." So this is, yeah, he knew, he knew limits. He had a belief, he was detached, because he was walking in, and then he got control, and he tried to control his life, but he couldn't because he was killed. So, yeah, that's the devil in reverse. Ugh. He released limits. He tried to do good things before he died, by telling them the truth, but it got him killed. Also, he was fearful I guess he did have some fear in his life, being anything against Tupac was afraid of P. Diddy in some ways, threatening people. He was scared that he was going to be threatened. And he repressed the emotions of fear. He didn't want him to know that he was fearful for his life. So I guess he did, and there was darkness. He thought he was going to try to go out to get him. So I guess in this last reading, he is worried about his life. And he worked alone, and he played alone, and he knew a lot of people were giving him the silent treatment, speaking up against he did it. Yeah. So, oops. So yeah, Tupac. There were conflicts because a lot of people didn't want to hear him come out and say bad things about P. Diddy. He spoke against P. Diddy, and they didn't want to hear it. They said, "Oh, don't say that, or you'll mess your career up or something, your life or something." So that was a good, interesting reading. He did think toward the end of the last reading, the last thing, his life was in danger, I guess. Yeah, his life was in danger. And he was worried about other people. So he sounded like a good person to me. To my next reading, like I said, this is entertainment purposes. Till next time, take care and bye.